Hello again, third graders. This is Mrs. Fernandy, and we are going to work a little bit more, and we're going to review, a little bit more of endings. So let me pull up my PowerPoint, and we'll look at the last slide there. Let's go here. Base words and endings. We've been talking about this a fair bit, but let's look at them a little bit more closely. So we have the word confuse, where you can hear that oo sound, and the oo sound is spelled, remember, U, consonant. In this case, the consonant is the letter S, and then silent E. We're going to drop that E and add the ing, making it confusing. Wait, it's not confusing, right? Play, remember when we end a word in the AY, the long A sound, with the Y at the end, we're not going to drop the Y because it's part of that long A sound. And we also are not going to double a Y. We're not doubling Ys, we're not doubling Ws, right? So we have playing, we're just going to add that ing onto the end. Same if we had played, we'll just go ahead and add the ed onto the end as well. Then we have excuse, which is very similar to confuse. So if we want to make that into excused from before, we're just going to add the D. This time we'll keep the E because it's part of the ED ending. So no point in dropping the silent E and adding the E back in for the ED sound. So we'll just do excused. Chew. We're going to add ed to the base word. Remember, we don't double our W's because it's part of the oo sound, E-W. We also don't double the Y like an AY. So we're just going to add the ed right onto the end there, chewed. Steer. Now remember, this is an important question to ask yourself. How many vowels are in the middle of this word? If it were just one vowel, we would really consider, and only one vowel with one consonant, we would think we need to double that consonant. But in this case, there are two vowels, S-T-E-E-R. So are we going to double that R? No, we're not. We're just going to add ing to make it steering. Below. You already know the rule with this one. Do we double our W's? No, we don't. So we're just going to go ahead and add either the ed for blowed or the ing for blowing, because we don't double W's or Y's. Okay, and that's it. That's all there is for that little review there. So let me pull up. I hope you're ready. I hope if you don't have a pencil and paper, then you need to get one right now. I'm going to move myself over there. Let's get a couple text boxes. We're going to do a fair bit of work like we normally do on the second day of the week. We're going to write a bunch of words down. A lot of review here, some new stuff as well. The first word I'd like you to write is the word moon. We hear that ooh sound. This is the easiest one because you've probably been able to spell moon for years with a double O, right? Just like good night moon, you think about that word, good night moon, and there's the double O as well. The next word is choose. Which color of paint shall we choose? We have the ooh with the double O, S. And then in order for it not to look like a funny little plural word, we're going to add the E on the end. That's the job the E is doing right there. Team. The team practiced long and hard. Team, we have the long E sound in the middle with the two vowels walking. We're going to do T-E-A-M. Good. Again, make sure you practice with cursive if you can. Knew. She knew all the presidents in order. That's impressive. Knew. Remember, it's just like know. So we're going to start with a K-N. And instead of O-W, we're going to change it to past tense. We're going to use the oo spelling. Because we know it's O-W in the present, I know you, we're going to keep that W and just change the O to an E, I knew you, for that oo sound at the end of the word. The next word is nephew. My nephew just graduated from college. Say nephew, nephew. We're going to use an E, and then we're going to use that F sound. We're going to spell it PH. And then remember what I said when you hear ooh at the end of a word, which one are you going to choose? Usually the EW, right? Nephew. My nephew just graduated college. Foamed. Say foamed. So we have the long O sound in the middle. We're going to use the two vowels go walking with the O in front. And then we're going to put an M and then foamed. Foamed. We hear the D, but we know we need to have both the E and the D. We don't want to just end in D. All right, let's keep going. Smiling, smiling. The students were smiling when the teacher walked in. Smile, there's our smile. What are we gonna do? We're gonna drop the E and replace it with ing. Nice job. Folded. So we know how to spell fold because we know how to spell old and cold and sold. So we're going to put fold and then folded. Again, that ending is ed, right? Okay. Folded. Instead. So first you want to say the word instead. Here's our first syllable in, and then stead, we hear the st, and then we hear that short E, but we spell it with the E-A-D, instead. I read a book instead. Read is the same way. We are going to spell it R-E-A-D. Read and read are spelled the same, said differently. And the last word is doesn't. He doesn't hear me. Does, and the word is does not. We're going to use an apostrophe, so we're going to back up, put the N right next to the S. The apostrophe will take the place of the O, and then we're going to add the T. Okay, super. Let's do another text box up here. Oops, where are you? And let's change colors just so we can tell the difference. Your next word is grew. He grew 6 inches that summer. Grew at the end of a word. Yes, EW. Grew at the end of the word, just like new and grew. Okay, and our next word is choosing. So over here, you have the word choose. Let's make that into choosing. So we have choose. We need to back up. We don't need that E anymore, right? So we're going to get rid of it, and we're going to replace it with ing, choosing. Trails. He walked the trails along the Appalachian Mountains. We hear the tr, and then a, long A in the middle of the word, spelled A-I. At the end of the word, it's a Y, or the end of a syllable. Then the S, and then of course it's plural. Many trails. We're just going to add an S right onto the end of trails there. The next word is soon. You will soon be taking a spelling test on this, so we need to be sure we're right. Or it will soon be a full moon. That might be a better one to remember because soon and moon are spelled the same except for their beginning, their initial or beginning consonant. Soon. Followed. He was followed by his friend all the way home. Oh, long O at the end is made with that OW. Do you remember that? Now make it into past tense. What are we going to do? Followed. We're not going to double the W. That's a hard one to say. We're just going to add ED onto the end. The next one is June. Remember that the month, the longest day of the year is in the month of June. We have the U consonant. In this case, it's an N. Silent E. Nice work. Newspaper, this one, new, just like the word new. I'm going to put S on the end, news, and then paper, which you know how to spell paper, right? Okay. The next word is suits. They wore new suits while they ate their fruits. UI to make that oo sound, and then we're adding an S on the end to make it plural. Okay, whose new suits? Whose, it's a question. I always remind students that question words typically start with WH, and then this time whose, oo is made with the, you know, I remember this because who is at the door, whose, we're just going to add the SE onto the end, right? Okay. And then the next word, the last word we didn't quite have room for. Let's move this up. The next word is worth. That diamond is worth a lot of money. We have the sound with the OR, TH. We don't have the ER, we don't have the R, we don't have the UR. We have the OR there. Okay, let's start another one. Are you ready for some more words? Let's do the word teams. Again, we have team way over there. I'm just going to add an S to it, so that one's super easy. Dripping. So let's talk about this word. We have the word drip. We have short vowel sound I. One consonant, P. What are you asking yourself? Do we double the P for dripping? I can hear you. You're saying yes. Yes, we do, because we only have one vowel and then one consonant. So we double the P. The next word is flute. She played the flute beautifully. Flute. we have the U consonant, E. The consonant is a T. We are going to have the word shark, R, R, right? Ending in a K. Because we cannot end an English word in the letter C. Okay, Sunday. Will you help your dad on Sunday? Right? Sunday. The next word is fruit, which I don't think we've had yet. He ate his fruit in his new suit. Ooh, I messed up. Fruit, U-I for the ooh sound. And Tuesday. The book is due. There's due and to rhyming. Tuesday. The book is due on Tuesday. And our last word for today, let's just try it one more time. I knew my grandmother well. Knew. So we have know, I know you well, and changing it to past tense. Very nice. If you needed to slow that down, or you want to just pause where the list of words is so you can write them down one last time before your test on Friday, that would be a good idea. All right, thanks for spending time with me. Be safe and be well.